Hello, my name is Lola, and I'm going to be reacting to old Crash Bandicoot awful cartoon by Caddicarus. I honestly had no idea that Crash Bandicoot had a cartoon. Like, I've never seen it, never heard of it. From the look on Caddy's face, he's just as surprised as I am. Like, what the freak? Anyway, if you want to like, comment, subscribe to my channel, you can. If you don't want to, that's fine too. Here we go.
This video has been brought to you today by Vikings! Not real Vikings, though.
Oh.
That's terrifying. I mean, Vikings War of Clans, a top 5 ranking old school strategy mobile game that has you battling other clans, but not just other clans, other nations as well, making it a very fun game to play indeed.
Do you know how to manage a lot of people? Then be a clan leader and use others to take over the empire. Do you have a killer instinct? Then go straight for battles yourself and conquer the land on your own. Do you know your way around money? Well then how about using that knowledge to build a prosperous city? Honestly, the amount of ways there are to play this game in the way you want makes it stand out for me, and unable to put it down whenever I'm in the bathroom. Also, did you know that this game reached 20 million players recently? That's over 10 times the original total population of real-life Vikings that lived all that time ago, so with your help we can make Vikings reign again. Not in real life though. That's terrifying.
Install the game today in the description below with my links and get yourself 200 free gold and an initial protection shield. You won't only be getting a really fun game, but also will be supporting this channel, so thank you so much for listening and please enjoy the video.
What the? Is that Caddy? Oh
Greetings and salutations, my beautiful people, and welcome back to Bandicoot Month, which has now become so popular that even game shows on TV can't stop talking about it.
Which 1990s PlayStation game series was re-released as the Insane Trilogy?
Yep, I'm not even joking. That was a brand new episode of whatever the hell that show is, I don't watch TV anymore, that was released in the UK only a couple of days ago. That's why I recorded it off of my phone. And yeah, we can safely say that Bandicoot fever has officially gripped the UK. We are now rising to the chance of making June an official celebration of Crash Bandicoot.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Anyway, today is not just another video for Bandicoot Month because we're also going to be deciding whether or not something deserves to be slaughtered or salvaged. Yes, it's the first one of these. And last week I spent so much time replaying the entirety of the Insane Trilogy for the 10 hardest levels video that I just want to take a break for a second. I don't want to play any more Crash, I just want to watch something. And wouldn't you know, to my surprise, luckily enough, Crash Bandicoot, Latin name Completus Erectus, has actually starred in something that we can sit down and watch together. So let's do it. And I'm not just talking about game cutscenes, I'm talking about a fully fledged cartoon that was made all about Crash around the same time that the original game first came out. I don't know anything about it, I haven't even watched it before, but needless to say,
I don't either.
I'm very
I don't
excited.
know, man. I don't know what to expect.
The only thing I really worry about is why I've never heard of it until now, and why it was hidden away for over 20 years. Why am I worried? Curiosities for dentists. Let's check it out right now.
Dr. Cortex is a genius, a mental aberration. He's totally fixated on world domination. The local island creatures are dull and obtuse. Until the evil doctor turns on the juice, he wants them for his troops. They come out nincompoops, most especially Crash Bandicoot. Should have been a genius, but he doesn't quite compute. Crash Bandicoot! Anything can happen now that Crash is in pursuit. Tom has been selected for running through the blender. Crash will fight to save her. He'll never surrender. He'll vanquish any villain to set his girlfriend free. He doesn't have a clue about how to proceed. His heart's in the right place. His brain's been rearranged. Crash Bandicoot! If Cortex isn't beaten, he'll reign absolute. Crash Bandicoot! Play our game and tell your friends so we'll make lots of loot!
Is that it?
Come sit down on my knees, Sonny Jim.
Nah, I'm
I
good.
think we need to have a little chat.
What in the everlasting dragon? Fuck! Did I just witness that? I'm sorry, it's cool and everything that this has been released to the public after over 20 years of being locked in a vault, but come on, this was clearly locked in a vault for a good reason. That wasn't Bubsy cartoon levels of painful, but it is just as loud, irritating, and as much of an assault on your senses. This thing here tries way too hard to be, well, everything at once. There's so much going on in this 1-minute clip that it's a headache. It's over-animated, it tries so desperately to be wacky and charming like Warner Brothers cartoons, it's embarrassing, and ends up just blowing its slapstick load all over the kitchen table and doesn't have the common courtesy to clean it up afterwards. The sound effects are over the top to the point of grating and take over the rest of the music, and how about that music? Like, does it even have a melody? This ain't no merry melody, it's a minging melody. Seriously though, what's the structure of the song? What's the hook of the song? For a cartoon, it's vital that your music be catchy and so memorable to the point of wanting to smack your head against the table. But here, I mean, it seems to have a few recurring features, like the way that the guy says the start of each verse.
Cortex is a genius, a mental aberration. Tom has been selected for running through the blender.
And the chorus.
Crash Bandicoot.
If you can even call it that, it's just yelling. But this bit on the pre-chorus?
He wants them for his troops. His heart's in the right place.
Like, what's this guy even trying to do with his voice? Is he going for whimsical, evil, posh? Fucking nuts, I don't know, but he's pretty good at that one. And aside from all of that, the colour choices are either washed out or clashed together in a distinctly ugly fashion. There's no nuance, consistency, or theming with the visuals of the animation, and it also features creatures not even in the original game, like Tiny Tiger and even the Komodo brothers. Not to mention, look at Koala Kong and the rest of the gang before they get mutated. They look like real animals 1 second, and then they have their mutated forms, but when Crash gets experimented on, he looks exactly the same as he does once he's mutated. Why isn't he animated as an actual Bandicoot at the start of it? And Torna looks exactly the same too. Big bouncing Bandicoot breeds and all.
Why does Torna have a skirt nipple?
And please God, explain what the hell goes on in these few frames here. Crash swings out of the castle towards Cortex, who then proceeds to float across the screen and then remembers he should be over there and then stops following the screen. What is this like?
Okay, let's just calm down for a second. There is actually a logical explanation behind all of this. Well, not the execution of the cartoon. I can't explain any of that, but I mean the reason the cartoon exists in the first place.
The video itself was unleashed onto YouTube on July 17th, 2015 by one of the producers for the original Crash Bandicoot, David Siller. According to him, this video was done by Universal Animation and wasn't a test animation for a pilot episode of a TV show, a trailer for the game, or anything like that. It was supposed to be part of the game itself, like an intro cutscene or something. He says that it wasn't used, possibly because it was a little bit too ambitious, and the way that he says it was trying to be humorous suggests to me that he didn't find it all that funny. In fact, this makes him sound a little bit like Captain Raymond Holt.
That is without question the funniest story I've ever heard.
Apparently, once the clip was shipped to Sony for approval, they rejected the idea of using it because they were strongly trying to push a 3D agenda with the PS1, and this wasn't the image they were going for with their platformers, which personally I think is bullshit, because if anything, this would have shown that the PS1 wasn't only capable of 3D platforming, but also could fit high-quality FMV cartoons onto the discs as well, further showing off how powerful the PlayStation was. So I think personally this was business talk for we think it's a little bit shit. I mean, David also says that the clip was never even embedded into the game as an Easter egg when the disc could have easily fit it on, and he also says that many people close to the development of the original game didn't even know this existed, so this all feels like some kind of lost episode creepypasta.
Hello my friends, and welcome to my channel, Mr. Caddicarus, where I narrate scary stories that are the scariest, and today we're talking about a frightening tale all about how Crash Bandicoot wasn't ever supposed to be a game, but a cartoon instead. But a cartoon with a dark and powerful curse. Once upon a time, there was a cartoon with a dark and powerful curse. It was Crash Bandicoot. And if you don't send the cartoon to 5 people in your MySpace friend list by midnight, he'll come into your bedroom and go direct in your face.
I may hold off on that channel idea forever.
Anyway, yeah, this idea of the cartoon being a part of the game is further proven by the last part of the cartoon. Oh yeah, this is a 2-parter. There's an intro, which we just watched, in complete disdain, and then there's a final very short part that follows on perfectly from when you finish the final boss in the same location and everything. It isn't as annoying as the intro, luckily, but it's still rather confusing. Cortex gets chucked off of the blimp, falls into a universal submarine, alright, and then presses a self-destruct button for the very blimp Crash and Torna are standing on, murdering them, and then ending.
That's it?
Perfect. Oh yeah. The end? Question mark. You know, just in case that wasn't fucking conclusive enough. Although I guess you could look at this as a potential bad ending for the main game, because grabbing all the gems allows you to escape Cortex's castle with Torna safely, and this may be what happens if you just finish Cortex's boss without all of that, so that's kind of cool as a little incentive to replay and complete it 100%, but still, I mean, it follows on from this, so I really couldn't care less about it. Just for a few more random little speculations, according to the Crash Bandicoot wiki, there's a theory that Jim Cummings voiced the intro, which, if true, makes me extremely sad.
Who? Crash Bandicoot!
And also, apparently this wasn't just hated by Sony, but also many of the production team that knew it existed in the first place. God, if any of you thought I was being harsh about this cartoon, this is coming from the people that actually made Crash Bandicoot a thing. This shit is brutal.
In conclusion, this cartoon gets the slaughter today. Oh fuck, I need a new PC. And overall, I'm personally extremely happy that this was not used in the original Crash Bandicoot, or wasn't a test animation for a pilot episode of a TV show or something, because Jesus Christ, that would have been Bubsy cartoon levels of unbearable for me.
I suppose it's actually pretty cool that we at least have full-on confirmation that Torna is indeed Crash's girlfriend.
He'll vanquish any villain to set his girlfriend free.
But everything else can crawl into a gaping chasm and eat wasps. The song is simply fucking annoying, no other word. I mean, how could you enjoy over and over again with no pacing or catchy melody? The style and the contents of the cartoon are far from a good representation of what the game is actually like, and honestly, I totally understand why they didn't use it in the end.
I am sure that a ton of love, energy and work went into making this. I mean, if you just look at it, you can see the effort that's gone into it, and I don't hold anything negative personally against anyone that was behind it. I mean, Crash Bandicoot at the time was a brand new IP, Universal didn't know how to promote it to their target audience. I suppose then it's just lucky that this never transpired into anything more than what it is right now, because Jesus Christ, if I had to watch through that and it was unskippable every single time I booted up one of the trickier 3D PS1 platformers I've ever played, I think I'd have to sell for 68. If it's your birthday today while watching this video, happy freaking birthday to you, and please remember to stay beautiful.
Thank you so much for watching this video on Crash Bandicoot's very strange and awful cartoon that was released a couple of years ago. Yeah, very strange, wasn't it? And special thanks to every single person on the screen right now that has helped support this channel via Patreon.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I think if they were to try nowadays, as long as, you know, they make Crash, you know, as long as they make them, as long as, you know, they don't let him talk, and as long as, you know, they just make him stupid, you know, like how he is in the game, I think, yeah, we could have done a really great job, you know, making a cartoon nowadays. But back then, yeah, it seemed like they didn't know what to do, what they were doing. Like, there's nothing wrong with the animation, but the song itself, like, yeah, does seem a little annoying. And it seems like it would be more annoying if you kept hearing it over and over and over and over again. But aside from that, yeah, the animation looks good. You could tell, like, man, a lot of people, like, they probably busted their butts so much to, you know, make it. It does look pretty good. And yeah, like I said, nowadays, I think, yeah, they would totally nail it, totally make a good Crash game, you know. I mean, no, Crash cartoon. I'm still thinking about the video game, the Crash. So weird thinking of him as a cartoon character. Like, what? Anyway, yeah, that's my reaction to old Crash Bandicoot's awful cartoon by Caddicarus. Everyone take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.